Hello everyone, this is Cam. This is a game of mine from earlier this week, literally only a couple days ago. I was playing for a friend of mine's team. I picked up the game kind of last minute because it depended on my work schedule. I set up the camera and it was actually really nice because I showed up and they had a really full locker room and the skill level seemed pretty solid, which excited me a lot for sure. I played a lot of beer league games or kind of just pick up hockey games where the skill level definitely ranges, and sometimes it's a little below my level, or it's way too high, and I'm kind of not ready for it. So before this, I did kind of a practice 3-on-3 session, and then played one pickup game where there wasn't too much action, so I was pretty warmed up and kind of getting into the groove of the game. I was really mad, because here, you hear the ref blow the whistle, and I'm just getting to the net, so I only did a quick stretch, and I haven't even got a single shot on net yet. So I was like, okay, hey man, throw the puck at me. So I get the save. And then you can hear the ref yelling at the player, don't shoot the puck, I blew the whistle. And it's like, man, like, the refs let us walk onto the ice. Like, they told us, okay, you can go on now. And then within the first, not even 2 minutes, they blew the whistle to start the game. Like, they were super rushed the entire time. I was really annoyed. And as a goalie, like, it takes some time, because one, you need to stretch, because I don't need to pull a hamstring when playing. And then two, you need to get a couple shots on you. So here I am, playing for my buddy's team, a pickup game. You know, I want to play well. And I haven't even felt the puck yet. I haven't even skated around in my crease yet, so a little irritating, but the way she goes. Funny story too, for this game, I am actually using the stick of another random guy I met before the game. I was driving to the game, it was about a 15-minute drive, and I forgot my sticks, and I realized when I was way too far from going back home to pick them up, so screwed. So I get to the arena, I park my car, and then as I'm parking, like a couple spots over, there's another goalie taking his stuff out of the car, and I see he has 2 sticks, so I walk over to him, and I'm like, hey man, do you need both those sticks? And so he was like, no. And he was a little hesitated at first, but I kind of explained my predicament to him. Told him that I forgot mine, I lived too far away from home, so he was nice enough to give me one of his sticks to use, which actually, I really like the stick, and I'm actually tempted to go buy one. That was my first save. Definitely a little loosey-goosey. I try and pride myself on being like a quiet goalie, always having the puck in front of me and being positioned and stuff like that. That one was kind of bouncing around a bit, but I got my glove on it. The refs were actually pretty stern. I even actually asked the ref here about how short the warm-up was, and he's like, oh, it depends on what time you guys got on the ice, even though we got on ice, like, literally right on time, like, perfect timing. Like, if anything, we got on the ice early, so... Bad turnover by the defenseman, for sure. Jump back to that. So you can see, I always check my posts before I challenge the puck, just so I know that I'm in the middle of my net. And it's also kind of just like a rhythm thing. So you can see the defenseman at the top left there by the blue line turns the puck over, hits the guy's stick, and the moment I see that it hits his stick, I'm like, oh crap, you know, this guy's gonna come in hot. He's at the blue line. So usually I check one and then check the other post, but I check both really quick, right away. I challenge, you know, come out. And set and square. Thankfully the guy misses the net. There was definitely room for him to get that past me, but I made a full lunge, I challenged him well, and it worked out. Here comes the guy coming down hot. I'm worried about the pass. The guy fires it hard at me. I deflect it into the corner, no problem. Easy little pad save. Going back to that, you can see it's definitely a 2-on-1. You know, obviously we have one defenseman who's there in the red pants, number 68. And right away, I'm pointing towards the open guy coming down my right side. I'm worried is that he's going to throw that pass across, and then that guy, I have to get all the way across, set, and then try and make a save, which is a lot harder than just stopping a puck and thrown at you from the top of the circle. So this guy just claps it at me. No problem. Direct into the corner. He even falls on the shot too. Pretty routine save. If he got it up, it definitely would have been a lot more challenging, but... Always a little scary ones when they throw it on net from like the blue line. So the guy threw it right at me. And you know, I'm always worried about it bouncing and then dodging a weird way, so instead of just putting my stick down to get the puck, a lot of times I throw my entire body in front of it just to be safe. Never hurts. So the play's at the other end of the ice, but we do get our first goal here. Past the slot, and then they threw it upstairs, I believe. Not too sure who scored, but as a goalie, your team getting the first goal at a pretty good time in the first period is always a great way to start the game. It's good for just the confidence. So the other team does get the puck back. They're coming down hard. Guy makes a good job cutting to the middle. I'm shuffling across, and pretty solid blocker save, actually. Not bad at all. I do a pretty good job on the side shuffles here. A tough part is when a player comes over the blue line and they cut it all the way across the net, because you come up with the challenge like I am here, and then I need to shift my weight across slowly and surely, you know, over and over again. Because you can't move too far, you can't move not enough, because then you're leaving the net open. So I'm following along properly and well, and then I make a pretty solid blocker save there. And put the puck out of play too, which is huge. Nice little pad save there, nothing too fancy. And then that guy just throws it into the stands. This the other team, they missed the net a lot. They had some good chances, and there's a lot of times where they're just throwing it wherever. But he's asking me about my camera. It's funny, a lot of people actually don't notice the GoPro. The refs don't actually notice it in this game until like the third period. Half the battle too with goaltending isn't just stopping the puck, but also rebound control, which ends up biting me in the butt later in this game, and we'll get to that. But a lot of times, you know, it's great if a puck hits you. Obviously, you want to make the save. But there's nothing worse, too. If the puck hits you and it lands in front of you, someone's going to get that puck and shoot again. You want to try and steer them into the corners, or obviously cover them or hold on to it. Oh, yeah. So that's always a tough one, too. When you got to change direction a few times. So the guy comes over on my right side. And then I think it's going to the guy in the middle, because that's the only guy I really see. So they're coming up the ice. He throws it all the way across, so I come to the challenge on the right side. That right side, I think he's going to this guy in the middle here, because I see him out of my peripheral vision, right? And it looks like he's going to pass, because where else he's going to either dump the puck in, or he's going to put it through his middle here. So I'm like, okay, good chance to get to him. I don't see this guy over here. I'm not really paying attention to him. So he makes a pass, and I'm like, okay, so I'm getting set for this guy. And this guy's wide open. You know, no one even sees him. There's 4 of our players over here. This guy's still off in the back. This guy misses it, and next thing you know, it lands right on his stick. I have to cover all this net, so I have to get over real quick. I make a good slide. I slide across, which isn't always the best. Technically, you want to get there on your feet, but obviously in the situation and just for myself getting there quick, I'm doing everything I can. So I get all the way across. I actually get back on my feet very, very quickly. I actually do. I get a full slide, and I'm kind of back up on my feet there quick. I'm up enough that, like, he's shooting the puck, so I'm moving up, but I know I'm coming right back down. Again, heat of the moment, split second decision. He hits me, throws it upstairs. It hits me, I think, in like the shoulder, and I catch it right underneath my arm. I actually do remember that one actually getting pretty close, and after I'm like, oh boy, that could have gotten through. But I hold on to it, no problem. Pick up the puck, and then, you know, I hand it to the ref. Simple as that. This is a weird one. So I'm going to get called here on a high stick. Not by me, but the other team throws the puck down the ice. And then, so my defenseman whiffs at it, and he hits it. And then, so I believe, like, you can see neither of the refs are really signaling anything, and they're not calling icing. So I go with the play to puck. Then as soon as I touch it, they blow the whistle. So I'm like, what happened? I was like, oh, it wasn't icing. And they start pointing at me. I thought I got a penalty or something. I was like, what? And he's telling me that someone high-sticked it. So I'm assuming the defenseman hit it in the air, and then it came down the ice, and I touched it, and that makes it a whistle. For those who don't know, in hockey, if you touch a puck that's above your shoulders with your stick, if your team touches it again next, it's a whistle. If the other team touches it, game continues. So since my defenseman hit it in the air, and then I touched it, it was a whistle, they had a face-off in our zone. If it was a player from the other team, then it would have been fine. The thing is, I'm not going to just let the puck sit there in the corner and wait for a guy from the other team to come down and just take the puck on our end. The best play to have done would have been touch the puck, and I didn't even know it, I did it anyways, so worked out. And I believe this here is another goal for us, yeah. So we go up 2-0 late in the first period, which, again, is great for confidence going into the second. So that was the end of the first period. This is me in the second period. Again, the refs are rushing things really quick, so I actually didn't have any time to set up my camera when I get to the other end, because right away they're like, are you ready? I'm like, I guess we have to start playing. So I always have to wait for the first whistle I think this one was like an offside or something. Or I actually think it was a puck out of play, which was perfect. And then it gives me time to actually take my gloves off, quickly put my camera on the glass, and then get back into the net. Here, something I do a lot is just clear my crease of snow, pretty much all of it. It prevents you sliding, it can slow you down. And also, if you leave it really long, it'll eventually, it'll freeze back into ice, and then you have bumps and ridges all over your crease. You want it to be smooth as possible so you can slide and get around easy. You don't want bumps for pretty much obvious reasons. You just want it to be flat, and if you leave that snow sitting there, it'll eventually build up. So the first thing I always do when I get to the other end of the ice is I clear my crease. I also kind of have a superstition where I don't want to be playing in the other goalie's snow. I want to play in my snow, the ice I form. So I actually don't stop the puck there. Guy misses the net, but he does a good job cutting across. It actually is pretty close, too. And then I believe we get the puck out, no problem. Yeah, so the guy comes down hot. He makes actually a pretty good move past our defenseman here. Pretty good toe drag, to be honest. And then he's coming in hard. So when the plays like this, I know he's going to have to shoot. There's nothing he can really do. I am worried about him cutting back, but not really. He's on his backhand, so I know it's tough. He doesn't have too many options. So the guy just rifles at the net. Actually gets pretty close, to be honest. A little closer than I like it. You can see the puck right next to my glove. And just goes wide. If I would have actually got it with my foot, but no problem. Actually, I'm pretty almost doing splits there, actually, too. Guy misses the net. Easy save for me. This one's tough. When a guy comes in hard like that, he has the ability to shoot the puck upstairs. He has the ability to cut all the way across the net. So if he cuts all the way across, it's hard for me because I need to move my entire body across the net and still make the save, especially if he's going to be on his forehand. So if he's coming down on his dominant side. No, so if he's obviously on his offside. So if he's playing right wing as a left-handed shooter, so my left, the right side of the ice for the opposition, he's coming down, he can cut all the way across and throw it upstairs. So that's what I'm afraid of. Thankfully, defense makes a good play, so the guy kind of only can shovel it towards me. I'm in a really awkward position. That's not good at all. I make the save, it's underneath my pad, I cover it, whatnot. I should have stayed more square and firm, but end of the day, I made the save. It might have been a little awkward, but it works. Whoa, that was a weird one. I actually didn't know that happened. Looks like it hit the skate and over. Solid block by the defenseman there. Always love that as a goalie. If the puck's coming in and the defenseman just stops out front. Obviously, it makes my job a little easier. So the game's 2-0. It's about middle of the second period, and I'm actually just about to get scored on. I'm going to let it play out, and then I'm going to go through it after. So the other team's coming up the ice. They got the puck out of their zone, and the guy on all the way to my left side has it. Bounce off the boards. Tough play for me. Really, really tough play. And here, I'll go through why exactly that is. So he's coming in hard on the left side. The player actually this is a very smart play by him. He throws it at me right on my right side. So, I mean, on my stick, my glove, and it goes right towards my right pad. So I have to kick it out. I kick it out with my pad. Look at the player, look where the puck's going, and then look at the net. Like, I'm screwed. I'm completely screwed. The moment I look over, I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, what else? Like, oh, brother. He gets the puck. He doesn't even stop it. It just smacks it into the net. I'm about to slide over, and there's nothing I can do. I don't even get close, like, at all. Like, what am I? Let's get that out of here. So this is the whole thing about rebound control for goalies. I mean, it was a bad rebound for me. It hits me and deflects right into open ice. Tons of space. There's a player on their team right there. The thing is, there isn't really much I could have done. I could have taken my stick and tried to deflect it, but again, you're thinking about the save. I'm covering my 5-hole with my stick. In a perfect world, I would have taken my stick and deflected it, and it would have literally ramped off my stick and gone off into the side, into the corner more. I didn't. I kick it out with my toe. The thing is, it hits me right on my toe. It was so far out that I probably wouldn't have even gotten it with my stick. So I kick it out, and I actually literally pretty much make a perfect pass to this guy who just tees it up and smacks it into the net. There's nothing I can do. It's tough, too, as well. I mean, there's two guys right behind him who technically should be covering that flare. Someone with a simple lift stick would have prevented a goal, but Say Libby. That's hockey. It's tough. That's why it's tough sometimes as a goalie, because you just get bad bounces, bad rebounds, bad deflections, and just shit happens when you're playing, especially in beer leagues. Or, I mean, the higher the skill level, the more that puck bounces around. So, game's 2-1, not much I could have done. A lot of times, too, when a goalie gets scored on, they kind of get frazzled. So I think the player makes a good play here. He comes over the line, he just throws it at me. Just throws it at me. And then makes a nice little stop right up to me. Like, I don't know who he thinks he is. So this guy's trying to throw me off his game. He purposely did that. He came over to the blue line and just threw the puck at me, hoping that I would bobble it and then it would go in or something like that. Or really anything, just to see what happens. But, you know, I maintained my focus and made the easy save that it was. That's a scary one. Guy throws into the middle. 14 was standing right there in the slot. And then a night. Ooh. Close call. That was a little weird one. I actually kick it. I actually do kick the puck. The puck hits my skate. There is definitely a fad nowadays in hockey, which is pretty popular, where players bank it off the goalie and into the net from behind the net, and they'll stand behind and shoot it off my back and in. Something I don't... I hate. So he gets a puck, and he just throws it back into the middle of the ice here, I believe. He just throws it towards the middle. And you can see, like, I'm, like, twisted up. I need to be against my post there. I'm just not moving quick enough. So it actually hits the net, and then I kick it with my toe. Like, obviously it worked out, and I'm okay. And I have my glove there, kind of, like, oh, crap, you know, I need to cover that. That could have easily hit my skate and gone to the net. That's, see, that's bad position. I can't let that happen. And then, thankfully, our defenseman just clears it from the zone. That is a pretty dangerous spot. I think it's a good defensive play here. Guy tries to goes wide, and our defenseman, great job angling, takes away the puck from him. And then, I believe we just strip it and get out of the zone here. Yeah, I gets the puck. Perfect. Textbook. So this is me setting up the camera. You can actually see more players are seeing me do it, and then the ref actually looks at it for the first time. He has no idea that's been there all game. No idea. So that's I'm doing it on a whistle. I think the puck went out of play here, and I just threw it up quickly. I think it's maybe less than a minute into the period, though. Slap shot hits our player. That's probably going to leave a bruise. I really wish I was less rushed in the games. The refs, their job is to control the game, the pace of the game, and keep, you know, they're in charge. A lot of refs have a tendency, especially in pickup beer league games like this, they want to get the game in and over with as fast as possible, which sucks because, I mean, I'm just playing pickup, like I'm just filling in for the goalie as a goalie, but, you know, everyone on the ice is paying to play. You should get proper intermissions, you should get a proper warm-up, like, that's a normal hockey game. Here comes the other team on a rush. Comes over the line. Throws at me. Great block by the defenseman. So here, the puck, it goes down deep into the corner. You can't see it with the camera. But you'll see, I take my stick and I put it far out. I need to do everything I can from those passes being shot into the middle. Because passes that go into the slot or across the crease, and then I need to move far to make that save, those are very tough. So if I can stop that pass before it even gets there, I need to do that every time. Here they come again, the other team. That makes a good move. Throws on net. Wide. That actually, I hit my glove. I could have caught that, but whoops. I do have sometimes a tendency to close my glove too early, or hit it, or I close it too late. I'm trying to work on watching the puck go into my glove, and then you close it at the proper time. See, pucks like that go into the middle are pretty dangerous. Because it's always tougher to move and make a save than to just stand there and then make a save. It's a good little play by me, actually. Nice little snag. See, that one I watched it go into my glove better. Players have a tendency to do this sometimes. See this defenseman? Just collapse it on net from far out. Snagged it. Grab it, put it down, give it to my defenseman. Nothing fancy. Great play by the defenseman. Great play. We get the puck, and we're out of the zone. Oh, so this got a little chippy here. Big slash from this number 19 guy here. One of our players, I think, gave him a bump and then called him some name or something. And then I believe the ref takes them both and just throws them both out of the game. Completely. With like a minute left, maybe 2 minutes left. The problem is, too, the ref over here on the right side is being very worried because, like, that's our change room, and like their change room's here. Like, they can just walk down the hallway and keep yelling or start a fight or something, which the refs would get. They can't let that happen. Just like, oh, get in the change room, yada, yada, yada. The refs weren't very good. They were awful. The game went fine, but just the calls they made, how they were handling situations was very poor. So that means it's actually 6-on-4 at this moment. The other team pulled their goalie, so they have 6 players on the ice, and then we have a penalty kill. So we're down 2-man. Walks over, rips it wide. Even if he hit the net, I looked like I had my glove there. Pretty solid save for me. That's a tough one. It looks like a simple save where it just hits me and I go down. However, I had to see that puck through quite a few people. And then, so this guy's shooting the puck. The puck is right here. There's this guy. This guy hits the puck. You can barely see him. I don't even know if I can zoom in. I can't. This guy's coming over, 16, 69. And so I'm standing up. I'm on my feet. I'm not down in my stance. I'm standing up so I can see as far as I can. I'm also not very, obviously, tall, so I need to do everything I can see the puck. And it's sitting right here. It's sitting right where my cursor is. All these bodies, people going in front of it and such. And everyone, so this guy here has the puck. He's winding up. He releases it right there. That's him releasing the puck. So he just throws at the net. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I see this thing coming. I can see it here. I'm leaning over to the left, and I see it. I'm worried about tips. I'm worried about anything can happen. Both these players try and tip the puck. They both completely miss, and then I make the save with catching it underneath my arm. Big save, too, because, so, again, going back to rebound control. If that puck hits me and dribbles in front, this guy's standing right here and is just going to smack it past me and put it in. So me holding on to that, especially with like a minute left in the game, down 2 men, pretty solid save. I got it, no problem. So we kind of lose the draw. Puck goes back to the point. They turn it over. And then right here, 16, from our own dot, slaps the puck down the ice to this open net. And it bounces once or twice, slides, and goes in the back of the net. Huge. With like 30 seconds left in the game, we take a 2-goal lead. We're like, all right, sick, we're good. Until, give it a little time here. So, face off at center ice. We lose the draw. Puck goes over to the winger, and this guy, the centerman, gets it. It hits his skate or something, makes a good play. Snap like that, he's a breakaway. Oh, barely. So in the game, I didn't really understand how that went in because I thought I got to the post. I didn't even kick it. I actually hit the net off, and I was like, how did that get past me? So I was actually kind of excited to watch this again. So they drop the puck to center ice. It goes to the winger, and then goes back to the centerman. Winger, centerman. He makes a good play off his skate. Our defenseman steps up, and he gets stuck by him. He comes in, cuts in. Off the draw, a face-off as a goalie, like, especially at center ice, I'm not, like, I'm in it, like, obviously I'm paying attention, but I'm like, oh crap, I have to get out and challenge. So I get out, I'm challenging, I'm in stance, the player looks like he's going to shoot. I thought for sure he was going to shoot. He had his stick blade open, which means to me, you can't deke with the puck with your stick blades open, right? So, he does a good job, brings a puck, he brings his puck over like 1.5 meters, right? He's moving pretty quick. He throws it at me, it hits my pad, so I actually do make the save. I'm stretching my legs out pretty far here. Right here, it hits my pad. Hits the post, and then it almost just bounces funny and rolls into the net. Like, just barely. Looking back now at this is my kind of first time seeing it. That sucks. Like, our defenseman even guy takes the puck and throws it out. Like, it is so close. And this ref over here is the one calling it a goal. Like, it did go in. I mean, the video says it shows that it goes in, but especially as a goal, like, that's tough. Especially now knowing that I actually made the save. Like, I stopped the puck there. It hit me, hits the post, and then just rolls funny into the net almost. It could have hit that post, rolled across, rolled out. Tough shit. I had no idea. I have no idea how that going in. Because I thought I got there. It felt like it did, and I mean, now that I look back, I did, and then it hit the post, and then it went in. Oh, those ones sting. That's tough too, because now it's 3-2. There's still 30 seconds left in the game, so you're like, oh fuck, like they can still score another goal. I don't believe they get the chance though. So this is the last 30 seconds here. I'll just let it play out. I am so focused and keen in now. I'm like, I cannot let something happen. I need this. We need this W. Oh, so I put my hand up. They had 6 guys on the ice. They tried to pull their goalie. Then their goalie went back to net because we got the puck. And they had 6 guys on the ice. So I was like trying to call for a penalty. But I mean, I'm not a ref. And they're not listening, paying attention to the goalie on the other end of the ice. And then we get the win there. Yeah, fun game. I played well. Team was great. Yeah, it was a really, really good game. Reps sucked. For awful, but I mean, that just adds to the enjoyment. And then, like, again, the ref here blowing the whistle. Come on, shake hands. Like, screw off, man. Let the game happen. Like, what the heck? So yeah, nice little customary, good game, handshake, and everyone grabs their stuff and gets off the ice. So yeah, that was my game from last week. Big 3-2 win, felt good. I hope you enjoyed. If you watched the whole video, if you made this far, I mean, thanks. Please like the video. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you were in the game, any comments, just throw them below. Would love to start a discussion. And yeah, see you next time.